What's up, guys? It's Unforgiven, and I'm actually testing my new iPhone. Sorry if I'm really shaky. I'm actually doing this on my own again. But I'm going to be giving you a deck profile. I don't remember if I've ever given this deck profile before, but maybe it'll help out beginners. And it's a pretty decent budget deck. A lot of the cards may look at their best, like at supers or at ultis or secrets. But a lot of them can be obtained by commons, so it kind of is a budget deck, and it is heroes. Yay! So I'm not sure what to really call these heroes. They were called masked heroes. They were called shining gates. It revolves around the fusion elemental hero shining, and it revolves around mass changing your weaker heroes to make them stronger and hopefully swarm if you do it correctly. So anyways, here's the deck profile. I have one Stratos, let me get close, one Ocean, double Neos, Alias, double Clayman, and one Sparkman. Those are the only heroes in the deck. So, a lot of the other cards in the deck are either used for their effects or for fodder, but as you can tell, a lot of them are going to be light. Honest, one Effect Veiler, one Neospatian Grand Mole, and one Armored Bee. Grand Mole and Armor Bead are mostly used for their effects, but since they're Earth and Wind, I can get out like Gaia or Great Tornado if I need it to be. So those are the monster count. I believe the monster count is at 11, but that's the monsters in the deck. This deck is mostly spell cards, and it revolves around Fusion Gate. I love Fusion Gate because it gives me the opportunity to fuse anytime I want to. So I run two Fusion Gates, one Miracle Fusion, and since I picked it up, one Parallel World Fusion. I have comboed this once, but it just gives it Miracle Fusion gives you fodder for, or gives you a boost to Shining that you can use from your graveyard. If you mass change Clayman into Dian, then you can use something on the field to add a boost to Shining if Shining is already summoned. And Parallel World Fusion, you're already removing stuff from play. You might as well be able to recycle them and reuse it again. So, Parallel World Fusion, I cannot stress how good that card is in this deck. Triple Mass Change, because I do run double DNs and Acid. So there are times when I just need to mass change. Double Terraforming, so that I can get my Fusion Gate as quickly as possible. Double E-Calls, self-explanatory. Rhoda, self-explanatory. Double Magical Mallets. A lot of the times I won't get the cards that I want on the first hand or even mid-game, but with Magical Mallet, I do have this consistency to try to get a new hand or just recycle my hand to try to get something I need. A lot of the times I will be running this deck and I won't have a light monster in the hand. Magical Mallet just saves me. Upstart Goblin. You don't really need to worry about your opponent's life points because it's a beater deck. So long as you'll be able to blow up the field, either with Zero, Tornado, Acid, anybody that can try to blow up the field, you will be able to attack their life points fairly easily. So the gain in life points is not that debilitating. Sorry if I'm shaking a lot. One Smashing Ground. Let's see if I can get that better. One Smashing Ground, and then your staples: Heavy, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, one book, double MSTs, pretty much for field control. So yeah, that's the spells of the deck. And then I believe there may be 7. I'm not sure, maybe 6 or 7. I think the highest traps I've ever run in a deck was 7. So I have 1 Hero Signal, 1 Starlight Road, because people like to try to blow up my field. It doesn't happen. 1 Bottomless, 1 Black Horn of the Heaven, 1 D Prison, or Dimensional Prison, and 1 Solemn Judgment. So that pretty much rounds up the actual deck. So, let me get those out of the way. Now onto the extra deck. Or, yeah, it's the extra deck. Excuse me. I run double Absolute, because I love him because he blows up the field. That's pretty much the only reason he's there, is to help me blow up the field, and then I can fuse out to get a heavy beater. Double Gaia. People don't like Gaia, but I do. I don't really rely on his boost. It's more of the fact that with Fusion Gate, I can fuse into Gaia and then use Gaia to get either a Shining or a Great Tornado or something, because they only call for 1 Elemental Hero and 1 of a certain element. And if you use nothing but Elemental Heroes, like Shining will get a huge boost because they're removed from play. Speaking of Great Tornado, 1 Great Tornado, triple Shining. Again, this card is one of the best cards that I've run into. I actually like Shining better than the newer Dark one. I cannot think, Escardo or something like that. I don't even know how to say its name. I like it better because I don't run from the graveyard. Some heroes that use Polymerization and Miracle Fusion and Parallel more than Fusion Gate might like the addition of a dark hero that runs off the graveyard, but my graveyard is mostly spells, so Shining, he gets that boost, and if he's destroyed, I get 2 heroes back. That's an instant fusion for me. 1 Acid, pretty much blow up the backfield. Double Dian. I love comboing with Dian because he'll allow me to pull out with Dian. I'll mass change into him from a Clayman or a Gaia, depending on how I want to do it, and I'll be able to summon a monster from summon a hero from the deck. Most of the time, I'll try to go for Stratos, so I'll have even more fodder in my hand, and just sink just fuse like crazy from the hand from that turn. It constantly helps me swarm the field. I love Dian ever since I figured him out. I added Scarred Warrior. He doesn't get summoned that often, but he's fairly decent in the extra deck because he can protect my heroes if I need it be. There's only 1 tuner, which is Effect Veiler, so when people see me summon Effect Veiler, they think I'm out of my mind. But with the 21 beater, and he's not, for once per turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle, and you cannot target any other warrior monsters besides him. 90% of the deck is warrior, so he pretty much protects everybody. Stardust, that's a given. I run 1 Hero Champion Excalibur. He's not that good to me unless I want to OTK, and I will rarely exceed for him unless I know I can get the OTK through. And finally, 1 Utopia. That's quickly I think that has become a staple. You need at least 1 or 2 Utopias. I have a second one, but I think the Scarred Warrior may help me more than just Utopia stall. There is 1 side deck to it, or there's 2 side deck to it, but it's just because I don't know what I would replace it with. There's 1 Cyber Dragon and 1 the Warrior Returning Alive. A lot of the times my warriors are not in the graveyard, so this could come in handy, but it's not at this time. If I ever decide to change the deck, then maybe. Cyber Dragon did help me some if it was a first turn draw, it would help a lot to help field presence. But otherwise, it was just a light monster, and it couldn't be summoned that easily. So anyways, that's the hero deck. Hopefully this will be able to help younger duelists or newer duelists or returning duelists that haven't been in the game for a while. And shout out to Kaiba. Yeah. Leave comments if you have any questions and whatnot. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And, rate the deck. Do whatever. Keep on living.